Again, John Stone, your DIY smart home guy. So we've already reviewed the Leviton plug-in modules, and today we're going to take a look at the GE plug-in appliance module. So the first thing that I noticed when I opened this thing up is this is pretty big. Let's take a look at it compared to the Leviton. So height-wise, it's maybe, I don't know, maybe about 25% bigger. But when you compare them this way, you can almost put two of them on there. You can find a video of where I did a full review of the Leviton dimming module and appliance module right here. So maybe it takes up about 50% more room. The other thing I noticed is this one, if you notice the plug configuration here. So they're going to mount in like this. So it's going to be a little bit longer and wider than the Leviton is. Let's go get it connected. The application of this is going to be in the sunroom behind my bar. And if you look, this just plugs right into the wall. But the controls for this sit kind of high up. And my wife being 5'1" and 7/8 inches. So we're going to connect this into the appliance module, and that way we can control it from our phones and just make it a lot easier, more convenient. It'll also allow me to turn it on from inside the house. I don't have to go out there. I can pre-cool the sunroom, if you will. So sometimes I don't know what to say, and that's okay. All right, so when we look at the AC plug, you notice it's got this 90-degree angle on it for the cord. And when we look at our GE appliance module, you need to take note of the orientation of that plug. The other thing you'll see is that there's a plug on both sides. Now what's happening here is the plug on this side happens to be the switched plug, and the one on this side is an unswitched plug, which is pretty cool. The problem that we're going to have here is if we plug this into the switch side, there is no way that that's going to plug into the outlet. So that's not going to be effective. The only other choice I would have is the other side, because I do have this recess back here for this light, or for this window. And if we plug that in, it would fit nicely around this corner here, but there's no way that's going to work for the switched outlet. So using this for my AC is now officially a bust. Let's compare that to the Leviton module. See the Leviton module, the orientation of that is sideways. So if we plug that in over here, and then we plug it in, everything fits just fine. You can find a link to purchase the Leviton plug-in appliance module right here. Now one of the drawbacks to the Leviton is there is no manual control on that device. So the only way to control that Leviton is either from a robot, a schedule, or from the Wink app. So that is something that I'm not too happy about right now, but I'm going to have to live with it until maybe I get a one of those outdoor plug-in modules that you see I'm using on my fountains. So we'll leave this as it is for right now. We'll deal with that. I'm just going to rename this for now as the sunroom air conditioner. And then I'm going to repurpose this to control the light that Leviton was controlling before. Once everything's renamed, you'll never notice it inside the Wink app. But that's what I'm going to have to do because that doesn't work for me. You can find a link to purchase the GE plug-in appliance module right here. Alright, we're going to get ready to pair this thing, but before we do, I just want to show you what I was talking about with that switch. And it's really a shame that that switch isn't going to work for me, because I really wanted it on that outside. I always like having manual control on most of my devices. So here you can see that left side of that switch is controlled by that front button there, and then we'll turn our power detector, and then that is always live, so not a big deal. All right, so let's go ahead and get this synced in. All right, so on the Wink app, we are going to select our hub, and then we are going to do add product. Now let's try the scan barcode, and yes, you can do my camera, and we're just going to line up that barcode with the barcode reader in the app.
Hey, have you subscribed to this channel yet? You keep watching the videos, you might as well subscribe. Do it now.
Okay, and unfortunately we get the uh-oh, this product is not supported yet. And now don't worry, that doesn't mean that it's not supported inside Wink, it just means that it doesn't do the barcode. So we're going to go into lights, and on lights we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom and go to a Z-Wave switch. Yes, I'm good. Be sure your hub is plugged in. Yes, my hub is plugged in. And yes, I'm going to promise to follow the instructions. And then we get connect now. Alright, so searching for the Wink hub. It's got the Wink hub. And now that that's ready, we're going to go ahead and push the button on that switch. I always do it a couple times. And then we just wait for the hub to recognize it. There we go. So we got the success. Done. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this my desk light. Just save myself the trouble later. And that's it, we're done. You'll get this nice little tutorial there. Got it, don't care. And there's my new desk light. So one last comment about this GE switch is, it says there was no little blue light anywhere on that GE plug-in module indicating that it was in the on or off position. I also find that to be kind of a drawback. Generally these devices will have some sort of a light indicating where they are. So the pros to this GE plug-in appliance module are going to be that it has two outlets on it. One is switched, one is not switched, which I think is a really cool feature. And it has a manual control button on the front, which again is another cool feature. The drawbacks to it, the size, it's kind of a bulky unit. Understandable, it has two of the outlets on it. The other drawback is the orientation of those outlets within the switch, which may not be a big deal, but for me, as you can see, it just didn't allow that module to fit the purpose that I needed it for. So lastly, I would say the drawback is lack of that light. On the Leviton module, I would say the pluses were that side orientation on the module itself. It has a nice form factor, it's smaller, it just goes right in. Also kind of a sleek look to it. I happen to like the look at the Leviton plug-in modules. The negative of that Leviton plug-in module is going to be that it has no manual control. It does have the indicator light on it telling you if it's on or off, but again, no manual control. So that's it. Basically, we've covered everything that we can cover, and we will see you again on the next one. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to press like, and also wanted to let you know that we've started a Facebook page. You can find it at facebook.com/DIY Smart Home Guy. Be posting all the same videos over there, but it might be an easier place for you to get to. Check us out.